Hey, Lucy. You took money from my wallet again, didn't you?
Huh? I don't know anything about that. You got any proof to back up that accusation?
Who would do it other than you? Your mom left to go on holiday with her other mom friend 2 days ago. My bag's the only thing that's been disturbed, so it's hard to believe we got burglared. Plus, you've done it before. How many times have you stolen money from me now?
I said I didn't do it. Ugh, what kind of sorry excuse if a father doesn't believe their own daughter? This is why you're the worst dad ever.
It's not like I want to suspect you. But you do have previous incidents. If you really insist you didn't do it, there's a chance we got burglared. Which means I'll have no choice but to call the police.
Ugh, God, you're so cringe. Fine. It was me. Happy now? Could you seriously get the cops involved over a measly $230? Oh, this is why you make me sick.
$230 isn't measly. It's a lot of money. Why are you always taking money from my wallet? I give you an allowance for crying out loud.
I can't get by on that. You don't give me enough. It disappears the moment I go hang out with my friends or buy a little food. Besides, with Mom gone now, I'm eating out a lot. You should just think of it as my food expenses.
You can't seriously be claiming you need $230 to feed yourself over the 2 days Mom's been gone. Anyway, why can't you just eat at home?
What? No way. I can't eat in a house with a cringy old man like you in it. I'd lose my appetite. Luckily, we have different schedules. So I'm miraculously able to endure the sad reality of you living there. But if I can avoid it, I don't even want to breathe the same air as you. If anything, because I do have to endure breathing the same disgusting putrid air as you, my cringe lord of a dad, you should be paying me a pain in the ass fees. I won't accept anything less than $600 a month.
Stop this at once, Lucy. I can chalk you calling me cringy and talking back to me down to you going through a rebellious phase. But I draw the line at stealing. It might be from your dad's wallet, but stealing from people is unacceptable under any circumstance. Full stop. Kids who do that always end up stealing from strangers before long.
What is this? I don't need a lecture from you. This is why you're a grade A cringe lord. Isn't what I do with your money up to me? You're mine and Mom's ATM, after all.
How dare you call your father an ATM?
Well, that's what Mom always calls you. That you're nothing but an ATM to earn money from me and her. She said that if you didn't work for a good company, she wouldn't have married you in a million years.
What the hell does she think she's playing at, filling a kid's head with this poison? Anyway, stealing any more money from my wallet is forbidden from now on. You need to learn to appreciate the value of money.
Don't tell me what to do, cringe lord. Ugh, I can't believe I have such a gross old man for a dad. Oh, I'm the unluckiest person on earth. I wish I could live with my real dad instead.
What? Your real dad? What does that mean? What are you talking about?
What do I mean? Mom's boyfriend? Duh. Wait, no way. You didn't know about him?
Huh? Mom's boyfriend?
Did you really not know? Oh, this is too funny. Mom and her boyfriend have been dating since forever. He's so much more handsome than you. He doesn't have your disgusting old man smell. Plus, he isn't a cringe lord. He gives me pocket money every time we meet. He's such a great guy.
What? You're lying, aren't you?
I'm not lying. I know Mom said she was going on holiday with her mom friend. But the truth is, she went with her boyfriend. I can't believe you didn't notice all this time. You really are the king of dimwits.
Seriously. Lucy, How long have you known about this? When did you first meet this boyfriend of hers?
I've known since elementary school. My mom introduced us after telling me she wanted me to meet my real dad. As she put it, that loser old man we live with is an idiot who only exists to provide us with money. You're the only one who didn't know. Oh, how can you be this dumb?
I see. Now that you mention it, I did notice a change in your attitude around that time. All makes sense now.
Look on the bright side. She said she doesn't plan on divorcing as long as you continue to serve your purpose as an ATM. But be careful. Apparently, the moment you stop bringing money in, you'll be out on the streets. If you don't want to get tossed aside, then be a good little cringe lord and work as hard as you can to earn our money.
I understand where both of you are coming from now. I'll be thinking very carefully about how I proceed from here.
I'm glad. If you understand, you should know not to stick your nose in my business ever again. Oh, I'm gonna stay over at my friend's place from today until Mom gets back from holiday. Don't you dare contact me while I'm there. If you do, I'm gonna block you. Toodles! Hey, old man. How long are you gonna sulk for? I'm gonna flip out if you don't cut this out soon.
What the hell do you want? You've been calling me non-stop lately. What do you want?
What do I want? Well, since you started sulking and got all your stuff together, moved out of the house, and abandoned your job, I thought I'd let you know. You're allowed to come back now. I'm so kind. And yet, in spite of that, you constantly ignore me. You don't answer my calls, you don't text. I'm warning you. If you keep this up, you won't be allowed to come back anymore.
Abandon my job? What are you talking about? I didn't quit my job. I didn't even transfer.
Your job is to earn money for me and Mom as our personal ATM. But you moved out of the house without our permission and stopped paying for our stuff. That's called abandoning your job?
Listen to me, Lucy. Me and your mother, me and Rachel are divorced. It's been over 3 years. You're in high school now. Surely you understand what that means.
Duh. That's why I'm saying you should apologize to Mom and come back. Surely you've had long enough to cool off by now.
It's not a matter of needing to cool off. The reason we divorced is because Rachel was cheating on me. I have no intention of starting over with her. And I have no intention of coming back to be your ATM.
What? Even though I'm asking you to? I'm your daughter. Things will be difficult for me if you don't come back.
Why?
Mom said I have to find a job when I graduate high school. She said it's your fault I can't go to university because you ran away and won't pay my tuition fees. Plus, she's ignoring me because she said it's my fault you divorced her in the first place. Seems like her and her boyfriend broke up too. She said if I don't hurry up and get a job, she's gonna kick me out of the house. But there's a university I want to go to, and I don't want to leave home. You have to help me. I hate having to say this, but I'm prepared to let you come back.
What? You're prepared to let me? Who exactly do you think you are? Even just being asked to come back is enough to make me shudder. Why would I want to be in the same house as you two? I'm at my wit's end with the pair of you exploiting me. Besides, I have absolutely no obligation to look after either of you in any way, shape, or form.
What? Don't talk nonsense. It's a dad's duty to look after his daughter. Even a moron could understand that. Stop screwing around. Hurry up and apologize to Mom for what you did and come back home. You don't have any right to say no. You know why that is? Because ATMs have no free will. Now get back here so I can withdraw money from you.
You're not my daughter.
What?
When I divorced your mom after finding out about her affair, I got curious. So I went to a special clinic and had a DNA test done. Me and you aren't related at all. And you're definitely not my daughter. You're Rachel's lover's daughter.
What? What is this? Huh?
Looks like she was cheating on me from before we even got married. She got pregnant with you. But since he was broke and couldn't provide for you, she married me instead and tricked me into thinking you were mine. She came clean about everything when she testified for the divorce arbitration. So it's all true.
No, this can't be happening.
Well, it is happening. We're strangers with no blood relation whatsoever. That said, I can't do anything about the fact that from a legal perspective, we're still considered father and daughter. So, I didn't like it, but it seemed I was still obliged to pay you child support.
Oh, you are? Yeah, you are. Yeah, of course you still have to give me money.
The key word being seem. Turns out that in actual fact, I no longer have any obligation to pay you anything at all. After discussing it with my lawyer, we were able to agree on canceling out the child support payments with part of the compensation Rachel owes me. My obligation towards you ends once and for all with that.
What? Does this mean I won't get any money? Does this mean I can't go to university?
Well, you won't be getting any money out of me. But how about instead of begging from a complete stranger, you try asking your real dad, or apply for a scholarship to go to university.
But Mom said I'm not allowed to do anything involving debt. And like I said earlier, she said I have to hurry up and find a job because we have no money. I don't even have Mom's boyfriend's contact details.
If you're so desperate to go to university, you need to speak to your parents first. Pleading with a stranger you have no connection to like this is a little weird, don't you think? I'm not your guardian anymore. Never ask me for anything again.
What? How could you say such a thing? Just because I might not technically be your real daughter, you still raised me for the last 14 years. That means we have a special bond. Surely the least you could do is help me out in my time of need.
You really have no shame, huh? You spend God knows how many years insulting me. You call me a disgusting cringe lord. You call me your personal ATM. And then you have the nerve to come crawling back to me when you're in trouble? Without even a hint of an apology for treating me like dirt or for stealing my money? But let's face it, it's only ever about what suits you, right?
Fine. I can apologize. I'm sorry. I won't call you a cringe lord anymore. And I won't take any more money from your wallet. I'll do as you tell me to. Please, can I have the money to go to university now?
Just because you apologize doesn't mean I'm suddenly gonna start handing out money.
What? Why? But I apologized. Why won't you help me even though I apologized?
What's the connection? At what point did I say I'd help you if you apologized? Besides, you told me before to never stick my nose in your business again, right? Just like you wanted. I won't stick my nose in. That means no helping hand and no money.
But I said that ages ago. I didn't mean forever. I was just joking around. Please, I'm begging you. All my friends are going to university. I can't be the only one who has to get a job. It's not fair.
What's wrong with finding work? In fact, job hunting gets my vote. Maybe this way you'll finally start appreciating the value of money. You need to know what it means to earn $1.
Don't say that. Please. I'm begging you. Dad, please.
Don't call me Dad. Because as I told you, I'm not your dad.
Oh my God.
We have nothing more to talk about. I'm busy, so I'm ending this here. Never contact me again. If you do, I'm gonna block you. Have a nice life. And that's the story of how 14 years of harassment from my daughter came to an end. Lucy wasn't able to go to university in the end, and begrudgingly started working at a company her school gave her a recommendation for. But she failed to form any relationship with her coworkers as a result of her selfish, arrogant personality. And after getting into constant bickering matches with everyone around her, she was deemed to be a hindrance to the company and fired after barely 6 months. She struggled to find another job. And now, I hear she's pretty much a full-blown NEET. As a result, the situation at home between her and Rachel is tense. Apparently, they get into huge fights every single day. The neighbors started calling in complaints about them, and now they're social pariahs too. The rent slowly stopped being paid on time, and between that and their neighbors hating them, it wouldn't surprise me if they got evicted soon. As for me, I got remarried to a girl my boss introduced me to. Our daughter is super affectionate towards me. She's so much cuter than Lucy. They're incomparable. I intend to teach her the importance of respecting people and how to appreciate the value of money. The last thing the world needs is another Lucy.
Darling, I just got to our suite and you aren't here. I thought you said you were skipping swimming to take a nap.
Yeah, but I changed my mind.
You sure that's it?
Of course it is. Why would you even ask that?
Because you've been acting weird since our first night here and we ran into Penelope.
I told you to let that go.
She's your ex, Penelope, isn't she?
Don't go there right now.
Why shouldn't I? You've been acting weird. You barely said a full sentence to me since then. It's our honeymoon, for crying out loud. We should be enjoying this experience.
You think I don't know it's our honeymoon? And we are having a good time. It's a beautiful resort.
I don't care for any of that. I just want us to enjoy it together.
We're here together, aren't we? I'm failing to see the problem here.
We haven't even had one meal together since we arrived. You always loved eating with me, and now you avoid it at all cost. I'm asking you again, who is Penelope?
No one, just a random stranger we ran into in the lobby.
If she's indeed a random stranger, then how does she have such an impact on you? You haven't been yourself since.
If I said she's a nobody, then accept that.
This wasn't how I imagined my honeymoon going. If I did offend you, I'm sorry.
Baby, you did nothing wrong. I'm just out making some work calls. See you soon.
You always say that, but then you don't come back until it's past 11 p.m.
Let's not start something out of nothing. Plus, there's a ton of activities you can participate in if you get bored. Emily, do tell me why I just ran into Jordan in the lobby. What on earth is my older brother doing here?
I see now you're up for having conversations.
Don't play games with me. I asked you a question.
I called him to come over.
You know how strained my relationship with my older brother is, and yet you still called him over? Have you forgotten we're on our honeymoon?
That's rich coming from you, who's also seemed to forget that Jordan is still my best friend.
I don't know what you're playing at, but it isn't funny. You shouldn't have invited Jordan over. Tell him to leave right this instant.
You do not order me around.
I'm serious, Emily.
So am I.
Hey, I just checked into my room and guess who I ran into in the lobby?
Sean?
I see you haven't lost your psychic powers.
More like Sean told me.
I see.
Thank you for coming.
Of course, anything for my best friend.
I'll see you in a few minutes. Let's meet at the poolside.
Deal.
Hey. Hi, sorry, who's this? Penelope. Oh, hi, how'd you get my contact? I asked Sean for it the other day when we ran into each other at the lobby. Oh yeah, what's up? Nothing really. I saw you at the poolside last night with Jordan, and I was wondering if you could introduce me to him. You're sure your husband wouldn't mind? George? Oh, George won't mind. He barely knows what's going on these days. His health isn't getting any better, you know. If it's okay with George, then sure I can. Good. Would today work for you? That's a bit sudden. I know, but why wait, right? Right. We can all meet up in an hour or so. Just enough time for me to get ready. Okay then.
Let me take you out to dinner.
Why the sudden change of heart?
Nothing. I just want to eat a meal with you. We're married, after all. It's not a difficult task.
I didn't say it was a difficult task. I just have other engagements tonight.
It's our honeymoon. What other engagement could you have?
That isn't pertinent.
You're going to dinner with Jordan, aren't you?
Why do I sense a hint of accusation in your tone?
So I'm right.
And if you are,
You're blowing off your husband?
no, I'm merely giving him a taste of his own medicine. Surely my dear husband must remember what occurred merely a few days ago?
So you're getting back at me?
No, shallow and petty of me. I'm merely gonna have dinner with my best friend.
And I'm your husband.
You seem to forget that I knew Jordan long before I knew you, and we wouldn't have met if not through Jordan. But do have a good evening.
Emily.
Did you see the person who dropped the package off at your room? Oh no, I didn't. The doorbell rang, and before I got there, the person was gone. I only checked the parcel and saw your name on it, so I decided to inform you. Oh, why do you ask? Oh, it's nothing, okay? You sure about that? Yeah, I am.
What were the contents of the package?
Copies of the signed document.
How were you able to get that?
Sean didn't think to change the location, even after she signed it.
Wow.
But that makes things better for us.
Have you drafted the second contract?
Yes, I have. I'll give it to you later.
Okay, that's out of the way now. On to the next thing.
You know what to do. Hi, girl. Hey, have you figured out the issue with the package switch up? Oh, don't worry about that. It was nothing. Alright, so what's up then? Nothing. I'm just lonely in my suite. Oh, isn't George around? Yeah, he is, but I don't enjoy his company. Why's that? Just between us. Sure, you can tell me anything. George has dementia, and this trip was his last wish. That's so sad. Not really, I couldn't care less. Oh, you know, I'm really tired of having to take care of him all the time. It's exhausting. You'll be fine. Yeah, in a few months, all this will be nothing but a distant memory. What do you mean? Don't worry about that. George is awake now. Okay. Talk to you later. I just got another mystery package. Again, that's weird. It's important. How can I figure out who's been delivering this? Perhaps you can ask the front desk? I'll phone them now. Let me know how it goes. Yeah, I will.
How much longer do I need to keep this act up?
Just up until tomorrow. Once you can get her to sign those documents, it'll be all over and we'll leave this resort.
Tomorrow can't come any faster.
Everything has to go well. You know everything we've worked for is counting on tomorrow.
I understand that more than you know, and I'll make sure everything is done smoothly.
I trust you will.
Also, shouldn't we discuss what happened the other night?
Nothing happened.
We can't keep avoiding it.
After we're done with all this, then we can talk about the kiss we shared.
Alright. Hey baby,
What's up?
I know you're pissed.
Why would you think that?
We haven't spent much time together at all on this trip.
Where's this coming from?
I don't know, I just don't like how we spent the trip.
Oh, now you realize.
Let's just put it behind us?
No, thank you.
Don't be difficult. Emily?
Hello, I'm Emily, Sean's wife.
Hello?
Oh, thank God. I didn't think you were going to respond because Penelope told me you were in bed sick.
Yeah, but I'm feeling much better now.
That's great news.
Is there a reason why you couldn't send me a text?
Oh, yes. I want to discuss something with you. It's about your wife.
Penelope, you have my full attention.
There's no way to sugarcoat this. Penelope is Sean's ex, and she's planning on getting back together with him.
Look, woman, you don't get to message me to insult my wife, okay?
Just hear me out.
No, I won't even condone this. If you're having issues with your husband, then you need to fix that.
If you don't believe me, here's the proof of how they were planning to elope together.
This is fabricated.
It's not. Look closely, and you'll see her signature in the document.
Well, planning on doing this after all I've done for her.
I didn't believe my husband was capable of this either.
Thanks for letting me know. I had my suspicions that something was off.
I'm so sorry you had to find out this way.
Thank you once again.
Sure. You are behind all this. Be more specific, Penelope. Suddenly, it all makes sense. The letters, the mails I kept getting threatening to expose me to George. Those were from you. I trusted you. Oh, come on, you didn't. Before Jordan arrived, you were ready to sink your gold-digging claws into Sean. I can't believe you'd do something like this. You mean you thought of me as naive, and you're surprised that I outsmarted you? One look at you, and I could tell that you didn't feel anything towards Sean, but unfortunately, Sean couldn't see that. He loved you and was ready to ruin me for you. We're both women. We both know how hard it is to earn a living as a woman. I had to take what I got. No, there are other ways to earn an honest living. No, there are other ways to earn an honest living, Penelope. You can't reap where you did not sow. And now George would know too. I wonder how his fragile heart will take to your betrayal. No, please. Let's leave George out of this. I'm afraid it's too late for that. I've kept it in, stayed by his side, and taken care of him while he's sick. You have no idea what it's like. You didn't do it out of the goodness of your heart. You did it with the mindset of using him as your retirement plan, so that once he dies, all his estate goes to the good-hearted widow who was with him during his last days. And what difference does it make? It makes all the difference, and perhaps you should go and check and be sure George hasn't left.
Emily, where are you? We need to talk. I just asked the front desk and was told you checked out. That's not true, right?
I'm afraid it's true, darling.
You can't leave. We need to talk.
We're talking now, aren't we?
Even though you can't see me, I'm on my knees begging you not to do this to me.
Do what exactly?
Not to leave me. I'm nothing without you.
Weren't you the one who wanted to leave me? How have the roles changed?
I'm sorry, Emily. Penelope truly means nothing to me.
She means nothing, and yet you wanted to give her 50% of your wealth?
How'd you know?
Maybe next time, don't leave such documents lying around.
You went through my things? You had no right.
It was in our suitcase, and you still didn't think to remove it, even after she signed the documents.
I don't know what to say, but it doesn't matter. Just please.
Now that you no longer have Penelope and 70% of your wealth is gone, you want me back? I wonder if you'd still feel the same if you knew I'm the one in control of that 70%.
You fooled me.
No, you fooled yourself. It was easy to push you into giving Penelope the contract once Jordan arrived, as I could clearly see how jealous you were that Penelope was giving him all her attention. Even
my own brother was in on this.
Of course.
You're such a heartless person.
I'm heartless. You wanted to give my entire savings to your ex-fiancée and run away with her, leaving me behind. If this is your poor attempt at gaslighting me, it isn't working.
I'll never let you get away with this. The money, I'm gonna reclaim every penny of it.
I'd like to see you try. I'm about to board the plane, gotta go. However, be sure to clear the bills before you leave the hotel. You can't leave without making the payments. I knew Sean had already given the documents to Penelope, which I couldn't find in the suite anymore. So I had to draw up another document in which the money will be transferred to a joint account me and Jordan set up. I took pictures of the signed documents and kept sending them to her room, with threats of exposing her to her husband. In the meantime, Jordan was working on tricking Penelope into thinking it was a private account, and they would elope after the money was transferred. All we needed to do was convince her to persuasion. I felt bad for George, who Penelope had used as a pawn in her game. He needed to know the truth. And this was the main reason why I sent him the signed copy of the document of the transfer of wealth between Sean and Penelope, so he could read the clauses in it and see how bad Penelope had played him. I was glad everything was behind me, and now, after so many years have passed, it's all like a distant memory, almost as if it didn't happen. But I knew it did. The first thing I did when I got back was to divorce Sean. Penelope had been left broke after George left her, and decided to donate his wealth to charity before his demise. Penelope's reputation had taken a huge blow that it was impossible for her to work in any professional capacity. Although I haven't heard from her ever since, I suspect she must have left the city, or moved to the most remote area, where she can afford a living making money from odd jobs. As for Sean, he was disowned by his family after they heard of what he attempted to do. I decided to remarry. 3 years later, I've been told there's no better foundation for a marriage than friendship. So I decided to get married to Jordan, as even after all of that, he was still by my side.